Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is fight night, and we have myself on the left in grand finals, starting off with Law, and we have Dennis the Tall with Zoro here, with his 5 life. Yeah, I've been practicing Law a little bit, and very happy with the results. Let's see if I can pull it through. So I'm going to go ahead and tap 1 Dawn here to drop the Nami. Searching top 5 for a Straw Hat, I do get the Tony. And I'm going to go ahead and pass to my opponent here. Tapping 2 Dawn to drop the Sanji. I'm going to go ahead and refresh here, adding another 2 Dawn to my area. Tapping 1 or adding 1 Dawn to Law, attacking leader here, adding a little bit of pressure. Like I said, I am at 4 life, so I gotta kind of even the odds a bit. Tapping 1 Dawn for Bonnie and 1 for Chopper. But I want to give a huge shout out to DXN Outpost for sponsoring this video. It's pretty much the only place where I get all of my sealed product, as well as these really cool dual playmats. I designed single playmats myself, but these dual ones, man, these are sick. Just the creativity on this, man, they just killed it. But yeah, go ahead and check them out. I'll leave a description down below. So attaching 1 Dawn here to Zoro and attacking with Sanji to leader for 5k because of the Zoro ability, of course. I am going to counter with the Otama here. He's an attack with Zoro for 6. I do end up taking it. I can take 1, but not both. And let's see here. He does still have 3 active Dawn. And he's got some cards. He has a Robin. He has a Tony. I saw a Sanji in there, a Brook. So the man's got plays. Let's see what he can do with that. So he's gonna tap 2 for Sanji and 1 for the Tony. So going a little wide, as well as just having another body on board. Here we have myself refreshing here, currently sitting at 5 Dawn. I am almost at my 5 characters to start using Law's ability. So main thing here is I need to get rid of his body, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack 5k into his Sanji. He does end up letting it go there, and we see Dennis having a Zoro in hand, pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap 3 Dawn here. Just kidding, taking it back. I'm telling you, this deck is so hard to use. It's a really good deck, and I think it's probably the best deck in the format, but you can't misplay. Like, there's no room for misplaying at this deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Bonnie's effect to suspend 1 Dawn, to suspend character here, to grab another Bonnie. Super good, really good card. And it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and tap 3 Dawn here for the Izo, actually suspending a target, which is gonna be the Tony. And I'm gonna attack over with the Nami, tapping 1 to add another Bonnie. So currently sitting at 5 characters. I'm making it so that Dennis has to start attacking my characters. I do want him to get rid of my bodies a little bit, because I don't want him to go to my life, right? So he's gonna go ahead and tap 1 for the Nami, attaching 1 to Zoro off of her ability. Of course, it is a suspended Dawn, so, it's nice. You can do that once per turn, pretty good. So 5k into the Bonnie with the Sanji, and then 6k with leader into the Nami. I do end up letting it go. Nothing new here. I was gonna, definitely expecting that from the get-go. He's gonna tap 3 Dawn here to attack leader with a rush Zoro. I do end up taking it. Tapping another 2 for a VV. So here we have Dennis going pretty wide here. We do still see that Robin in hand. That card's pretty good against my deck. Glad I haven't seen it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack here over the Sanji with leader. And I am just trying to minimize his hand as well as his board. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap 1 Bonnie to use her effect. Tapping her, of course, as well as 1 Dawn to look at the top 5 cards in my deck and get a Supernova, which is going to be the Capone. Adding Capone to my hand here. I do have enough Dawn here to start doing some things, so I'm going to go ahead and tap 3 for the Killer to just straight up kill the Zoro. Really good card. Tapping 1 for the Tony. And now I have enough for Law's effect, which I do end up doing, tapping 2 Dawn to bring back the characters, and then drop the Zoro, attacking leader here. Not much use, but being able to recycle my characters was really good. So yeah, All my Dawn are tapped out. I currently have like 5 or 6 cards in hand. I didn't really count there, but here we have Dennis with 4, 5, 8 Dawn. So he's gonna tap 4 here for the Uta, bringing back the Zoro, attaching 1 off of the Nami effect onto Zoro. Currently sitting at 4 active. And Dennis can do some things now. He's got a good amount of bodies on board now. I only have 2 life left. Does he want to go aggressive? Does he want to keep building? Let's see what Dennis does. But that Zoro right now is currently sitting at 6, and of course all his characters do get a plus 1k buff off of his ability, which is really nice. Which is actually really good in OP02 too. Like, it's really good in OP02 as well. As we see next format, we see everyone in Asia running the Zoro deck. So here we're gonna have Dennis is gonna tap 1 Dawn here to add the Nami effect to add 1 to Vivi, and he is gonna swing a character here for 6k. Do I want to save it? No, not really. I don't want to drop 2 cards in hand. And Dennis here's an attack leader for 6. I do counter with the 2k Brook in hand. He's gonna tap 3 and add the Robin onto board here. Yeah, Dennis has got a full board. A lot of threatening characters, especially that Robin. That Robin needs to go. And but good thing for me, I have 9 Dawn, and I pretty much have a full board, so I can start using Law's ability again. And yeah, let's see what I can do here. Looks like I'm gonna have Law attack into Vivi, 5k only at Vivi, and he's gonna counter with the 2k, which is good for me. You know, getting rid of cards in his hand is always good. So attaching 1 Dawn to Killer here, attacking at the Vivi, it does end up going down. Tapping 4 to pistol the Robin here. With sitting at currently at 4 active Dawn, 2 life. Tapping 1 here for the Bonnie effect, tapping 1 to look at the top 5 to get a Supernova, which is going to be that Law, which I pretty much end up top decking. Tapping 2 here to use Law's effect to bounce the Tony to drop the Law effect. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the, I believe the Killer, Killer to drop down a Zoro here. And I want to recycle that Killer, it's really good. Next time he attacks, I can probably pop something. 5k into leader, he does end up taking it. It was just a Brook. He totally fooled me thinking that was like a jet pistol or something. Yeah, so here we have Dennis the Tall sitting here with 9 Dawn. Yeah, 9. No, JK, 10 Dawn. He's gonna go ahead and play out the Zoro, adding 1 Dawn to the leader here. And of course that was through one of Nami's abilities. So he's sitting at 5, 7 active Dawn. Now you could do a lot with 7 active. He's gonna have 6k swinging into my character Zoro. Is it worth keeping? Nah, it's not really. I'm checking my discard pile here to make sure I have enough Zoros, how many more rush cards I have in trash. So yeah, currently that Uta swinging for 6k here. 6k at leader. I most likely will block that, yeah. I am sitting only at 2 life. I can fill my board up pretty fast. So let's see here what he does. 8 at leader here. I do end up taking that, yeah. And he has 5 active Dawn left. Looks like he's gonna attach 4 into the Nami. I'm gonna go ahead and block with the Law and then counter with 1k, attaching 1 to Nami, attacking over the Bonnie and passing. So I went from having a whole bunch of bodies on board to having 2. So here we have the Izo as well as my Law on board still. I am sitting in my full 10 Dawn here, and let's see how much I can remove here. So attacking one of the Namis here, very threatening card. 5k into Zoro. He does drop the 1k Brook here. I end up tapping 1 and playing out the Nami, getting out the Robin. Yeah, sitting here at 9 active Dawn. Looks like I'm gonna tap 1 here to play a Capone, tap another to play the Chopper, and now my Law ability is active. But I still need some more bodies off the board. So let's see what I do here. He does only sitting at 2 cards in hand. So this is a really good time for me to kind of manage his board, get rid of bodies. So I'm gonna attach 1 here to Law, attacking 7k into character Zoro. Does he want to drop 2 cards in his hand just to keep it alive? Probably not. He does have a 2k and a 1k in hand. Yeah, here we have just Dennis reading Law's ability. I'm assuming just seeing what to expect, because I do have still 6 active Dawn, so pretty good. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what would you guys do in this situation? Would you guys save the Zoro? You know, a 6k hitter every single turn is pretty good, but the idea that I have maybe another Zoro in hand is pretty threatening. So it would be a shame for him to drop his whole hand and then to me swing with another rush character. So I don't think we see Dennis here dropping both cards, and I think actually at this moment I'm telling him there's no way you're dropping your hand for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap 2 to bring out the character and bringing out Law, and then affect the Law. I'm gonna bring out the other character to go ahead and replace it with Robin. So much value. I'm gonna end up passing. This is completely my fault. I never should have. Having 4 active Dawn and passing with this deck is like the worst thing ever, because you don't run any counters. So maybe Radical Beam, but it was just a waste. I should have used that better, but we live and we learn. So here we have Dennis dropping the Nami here, kind of figuring out what he wants to get. Checking out my discard pile. I guess he's assuming, he's kind of curious if he can get game here. He was asking if how much counter Izo has, and because it's not out and it's not in discard, I don't need to tell him. So he was like, I'm assuming it's 1k. In actuality, Izo's 2k. So he's gonna go ahead and grab the Luffy, and this is scary. That Luffy is very, very good. Yeah, we're gonna have 1 attached here to Zoro. He's gonna tap 5 for the Luffy here, attaching 2. He's swinging 8k unblockable. Yeah, I gotta take that. And now the rest of the attacks I need to counter. Fortunately for me, I have 3 blockers, 2 1ks, a 6k, and I have a good amount of cards in my hand. So he's attacking here for 7k. I do block with the Capone, and he's gonna attack here again with Leader 6k. I do end up blocking and then countering with the Cat Viper in hand, which is the 1k. And I'm gonna go ahead and refresh. So now my number 1 goal is to get rid of that Luffy. I'm praying to baby Jesus he doesn't have another one, but luckily for me, I do have one of my own. So here we have 9 active Dawn. Like I said, priority number 1, get rid of the Luffy. Priority number 2, just get rid of his board. I need to get rid of all of the threatening attacks. So let's see how far I can push this turn. I am currently sitting at 0 life, which is very scary, and Dennis is at 2. And I know he's at 2 and he doesn't have that much going on board, but the idea that when I attack twice into life and he takes it, he's also getting 2 cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack into the Luffy here for 8. He does end up letting it go. I'm gonna attach 1 to the Robin here, attacking over the Uta, popping the other Nami, value Nami. And now Dennis is only having the 1 Nami on board, which isn't really threatening. Of course, he can add a whole bunch of Dawn and have 2 attacks next turn for sure, but I don't know if he has a rush, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Shambles here to drop a Law here and pick up the other character to drop the Izo. Izo will suspend the Nami. I want to get rid of as many threatening characters as possible. Even if I attack with Law here, the character, the blocker, it's still value because I don't have to block next turn because that character is dead. So I'm gonna attack the character here for 6k. There's no way he ends up blocking that, of course, or countering from hand. He doesn't have enough. And I'm gonna go ahead and tap 3 here for replacing the Izo for a Robin. So just in case he ends up throwing a blocker on board, I can just actually pop it with a Robin. So, and we see Dennis get pretty much nothing from that draw, and he's gonna attack 15k at leader, and I'm just gonna go ahead and block it with the Tony. So I'm gonna tap 1 here to fill my board up with a Nami searching top 5. I do have that Luffy as we've seen, and I get a Brook here, which is awesome. The 2k counter, in case we see another rush Luffy, it will help me out for sure. So I'm gonna add 1 to Robin. I'm trying to get his hand size smaller. He does counter. I am attacking 7k into leader. He does take it. Dennis is at 1 life. Can I do this? I have 3 6k attacks. He has 3 cards in hand. It looks like I'm attached 2 to this 6k Law here, swinging for 8k, which is heavy. And he's going to end up taking it, which is a VV. And I'm going to go ahead and attach all the rest of my Dawn to Law and attack for game. And that was it. I won my first tournament. I was very happy with I did it with Law too. Big brain deck when I got a small brain. That was awesome. And thanks so much for watching, guys. And don't forget to stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP content coming out soon. See ya!